What's behind this New Jersey drone invasion? Enemy Mothership is sending surveillance craft, or is this a secret U.S. program from Picatinny Arsenal? Why the secrecy, and why are the DOD and Congress clashing on whether we've been invaded by a foreign country? We're covering this story and so much more here on the Gateway Pundits Weekend Review. Yo, I'm Elijah Schaffer, and we got a crazy story for you guys today. What's behind the New Jersey drone invasion? Enemy Mothership sending surveillance craft, secret U.S. program from Picatinny Arsenal, or why the secrecy? Paul Ciron reports this is a developing story as the Department of Defense and Congress are publicly clashing on the mainstream media about what these drones invading the United States are all about. For weeks now, a mystery has been hovering over the New Jersey skies as hundreds of sightings of mysterious car-sized drones are recorded nearly every day. A sense of frustration is widespread after the Pentagon failed to properly address the issue. Officials have so far admitted that the craft are very sophisticated, becoming undetectable once a police drone or helicopter gives chase. There is also the fact that the drones hover in one place for hours longer than civilian versions are capable of. The New York Post reported that authorities from New Jersey, Governor Phil Murphy to the FBI, continue to insist that there is no danger from the drones, but also claim that they have no idea what the drones are. The first question to bug people is, why New Jersey? Well, the answer appears to be that Picatinny Arsenal, an U.S. Army weapons research and manufacturing facility in Wharton. Now, many locals are suspicious as Picatinny might be the source of the drones, that the military knows exactly what they are but won't say. Of course, the Picatinny Arsenal itself started complaining about the drones, which could be a way to divert attention. But the ongoing show of big objects flying in formations about 50 feet in the air, flashing red lights, green and white lights can hardly be ignored. Local officials told the Post that they tend to agree with that explanation and suggest that many sightings farther afield could be either civilian copycats flying their own drones or people mistaking planes, helicopters, or satellites for UFOs. Now, drones reported in at least 11 New Jersey counties. Fox News has captured the video. This explanation seems to cover all bases, but yesterday, Representative Jeff Van Drew scrambled the cards when he came public at the bombastic claim that the drones could be Iranian technology deployed from a mothership stationed off the East Coast. The House member says that he had a highly reliable source with top security access. Now, these drones should be shot down, he told Fox News in an explosive appearance, adding that the military is in full alert with this. The Pentagon was quick to rebuke Van Drew's claim, saying that there was no evidence the drones belonged to a foreign adversary. There's no Iranian ship off the coast of the United States, and there's no so-called mothership launching drones towards the United States, a representative told reporters. Then proceeded on to other topics without providing any insight on what they could be. State authorities complain that they have been left shackled because the drones fall under federal jurisdiction. The FBI, meanwhile, continues to claim that they have no idea where the drones are coming from, while insisting there is no danger. One very reasonable opinion by the state police Colonel Patrick Callahan: if it was another government agency, they could have shared that information with him. At this point, we are prepared to expect any kind of incompetence from ending Joe Biden administration from hell. But there's the fact that incoming 47th Donald J. Trump is already receiving classified briefings, and either he or Vance, Musk, or another ally would have blasted Dems for allowing an enemy ship to hover unimpeded. There is an interesting bit here. In a previous report where Elon Musk talks about UFOs is extremely applicable to this case of unidentified flying drones. Unidentified flying objects are one thing, the tech mogul said in an interview, but there's always a bunch of classified programs that are underway. New aircraft, new missiles, and things. The UFOs seen in the skies are now classified military vehicles, he says. Musk offered his best unclassified assessment of what pilots and other military eyewitnesses were encountering when the report was out of this craft. If you had the top secret compartmented clearance, you would know about this new program, Musk told Carlson as a hypothetical. So then you know some pilot sees something moving fast and says, hey, I saw a UFO. Musk continued, speaking from the voice of a hypothetical senior Pentagon official. Yeah, that was actually a new weapons program, but we can't tell you about that. Of course, down here, you can read more about the story at thegatewaypundit.com. Now, what are these drones? Obviously, we know they're probably not, extraterrestrial. They're probably not from a foreign entity, but they are 100% from some sort of a military installation. The U.S., Iran, you never really know. All I know is that I'll be here peacefully drinking out of my Gateway Pundit mug from the mug club. You can get yours at thegatewaypundit.com, enjoying life. Now, speaking of that, it is really interesting. The holidays are upon us. Christmas is almost here. And guys, if you're looking for the perfect gift for him or her, check this out. Undertack, which is America's #1 patriotic and American-loving boxer and comfortable wear brand, is having a new giveaway with a chance to win $100,000. Could you use that? All while you shop. It's the perfect time to stock up, especially since half of all Christmas shoppers buy socks and underwear as gifts. Now, our friends at Sierra Whiskey Co., makers of Undertack, the world's most comfortable tactical boxers, rugged EDC shirts, and ultra tough socks, have partnered with Shared Sweeps to give you a chance at winning $100,000. Here's how it works. For every dollar that you spend, you'll earn one entry into a $100,000 giveaway. Some items even give you a double or triple entry, so the more you shop, the better your odds. Earn up to 10,000 entries just by buying gear that you and your family need and love. Just use the code ElijahWin at checkout, ELIJAHWIN at undertack.com, UNDERTAC.com. Plus, get 10% off everything. So whether you're grabbing Undertack boxers that are 50% more moisture wicking than cotton, or buying their American-made socks, hoodies, and t-shirts, you'll be entering to win big. Go to undertack.com, spelled UNDERTAC.com, and use the promo code ElijahWin at checkout. Offer ends December 31st at midnight. Now, in crazy news, President Trump announces that Kari Lake will serve as the director of Voice of America. And Lake actually responds. Jordan Conradson reports that President Trump has announced that Kari Lake will serve as the director of Voice of America. Lake, one of Trump's greatest allies and a broadcast news veteran who walked away from her 27-year career as a nightly news anchor in protest of the COVID-19 and 2020 election propaganda, will be perfect to fill this role. The leftists and the fake news media are likely seething that their arch nemesis, Kari Lake, will oversee the United States International Broadcasting Network. This comes after Lake's questionable race for Senate in Arizona. The Gateway Pundit reported that Maricopa County began putting out bogus numbers right when it was expected that Lake would take the lead in the race. We further reported on other bizarre anomalies across the state in Pima, Yuma, and I think it's Cochise County. That's like kind of a weird word. I didn't want to say Cochise County, but that is what it sounded like to me. Despite President Trump and GOP candidates backed by Lake winning by a landslide, we're supposed to believe that Lake lost to radical left Democrat Ruben Gallego. Recall that Stephen Riker, the top election official in Maricopa County, where over 60% of Arizona voters reside, also sued Kari Lake for defamation ahead of the 2024 election, which he oversaw. It was further revealed in court documents that Riker is a self-proclaimed anti-MAGA individual whose life mission, in his own words, is to make life hell for Kari Lake. How can anybody trust this guy to run a fair election? Well, Lake was and remains an unwavering backer of Trump's criticism of the stolen 2020 election, and she fought against her rigged 2022 election, where 60% of machines failed across the state's bellwether county for years, but did not prevail in corrupt Arizona courts. The Voice of America is a dynamic international multimedia broadcaster with service in nearly 50 languages, serving an estimated weekly global audience of more than 354 million people. VOA provides news, information, and cultural programming. Now, once a tool for combating Nazi propaganda, perhaps we'll see the organization combat the Marxist left's anti-American propaganda with Kari Lake at the helm. She will be appointed by and work closely with our next head of the U.S. Agency for Global Media, who I will announce soon, to ensure that the American values of freedom and liberty are broadcast around the world fairly and accurately, unlike lies spread by the fake news media, said Trump. President Trump made the announcement on Truth Social Wednesday night. You can see his announcement there. Kari Lake released a statement on social media shortly after Trump's announcement, declaring that under my leadership, the VOA will excel in its mission, chronicling America's achievements. Now, what's really good about this, with an audience of 326 million people, the Voice of America delivers information in 48 languages. Under my leadership, the VOA will excel in its mission, chronicling America's achievements worldwide. Now, Kari Lake's a personal friend. She retweets us a lot. So it's good. And then obviously her campaign manager is a good friend as well. I really do like Kari, and I'm glad that, she's getting some recognition. People said that she lost because of her haircut. I don't know if that's true, but people said that it's really actually petty, that people just don't want someone with a bob haircut. I don't know if that's true. Other people are saying because she's a woman. I just feel like maybe Democrats are cheating, Arizona Congressman-elect and close friend of Kari Lake, Abraham Hamadeh, cheered the announcement on X, stating that Lake will do a phenomenal job broadcasting the America First message to 300 million people. Congratulations, Kari Lake, on her appointment as the director of the Voice of America. It's very interesting. Now, that being said, what a snake. Wray reportedly launches a sinister scheme to procedurally handcuff President Trump and the FBI nominee, Kash Patel, before he officially departs. Colin Linebarger reports. FBI Director Wray had read the writing on the wall in terms of his tenure, but he has a scheme that could hamper President Trump and his FBI director Kash Patel's plans to overhaul the broken agency. As the Gateway Pundit reported, Wray announced his resignation on Wednesday after 7 years in charge of the FBI. He will still serve until the end of Biden's term in January. This news of Wray's departure comes after reports emerged this week that he was preparing to step aside to avoid getting sacked by Trump. Now, once Wray officially steps down, Deputy Director Paula Batty will take over the interim base until the Senate hopeful confirms Patel. But Wray has had one last trick up his sleeve. The Washington Times reported on Wednesday that the disgraced FBI director has launched a sinister plan to save his cronies from termination and handcuff both Trump and Patel in the process. Wray has not only started promoting his senior employees to burrow them within the department, but a plan is developing to delay Patel's entry into the agency for months. What a snake. From the Washington Times, sources within the Bureau said Mr. Wray has begun promoting employees among the senior executive services, those who serve within the Bureau's leadership. The source described this as an effort to burrow establishment figures deeper within the FBI. Sources said a plan is being formulated to delay the new FBI director's entry into the agency for 3 to 4 months. Now, the Washington Times notes that this despicable scheme has risks given Trump's righteous hostility towards the FBI. But Wray remains undeterred, and Wray might get away with it. If Wray succeeds, Patel will likely have trouble running the FBI effectively, as Wray's deep state goons constantly leak and defy orders without repercussions. This would be great news for dangerous criminals and awful news for law-abiding Americans. If Trump cannot stop Wray's nefarious plans alone, the task will fall to Congress. Given how many rhinos currently hold office in the House and Senate, can we really trust our national legislation to stand up to the deep state's shenanigans like this and ensure a disruptor like Patel cleans house? Well, I don't really know. But here's the point. We have to get into a position where we realize that the real enemy of America are Americans. And what I mean by that is not the fact that people like you and me, it's these traitors that are in these districts, strong blue districts and strong red districts. Yes, Republicans too, who are disloyal to the American people. They know, well, I'm a Republican. I have the establishment behind me. I'm going to win my primary. This is how it works, by the way. So if you're in a district that's like 60% or more blue or 60% or more red, you get a lot of these senators and House members who, what happens? Well, during the primary, they end up winning the primary, the Houdas, the most corrupt ones. They're loyal to the foreign military-industrial complex. They want to continue the war in Israel. They want to continue the war in Ukraine. And on top of that, they do not care about representing their constituency. They more or less want to represent who? The internal swamp. So what happens is they're given a ton of money. They outspend their competitors. And then in the end, sometimes they, only win by a few votes. And it looks like they could even be rigging it. It looks like the Republicans and the Democrats could be rigging the primaries. If you do not support the war in Israel, if you do not support the war in Ukraine, you will not win. You will not win, most likely. Like, you will not. Because the military-industrial complex wants to continue those wars. And also, if you want to clean out the swamp, right? If you want to be a MAGA, like look what happened to Matt Gaetz being the Attorney General. It just doesn't work out too well. That being said, though, I do want to remind you guys that MyPillow is giving away their best deals in the new Christmas extravaganza. Christmas is almost here. So if you're looking to get gifts that people don't know that they want or don't know that they need, have you checked out their flannel sheets? They're as low as $59.98. They won't last long, so get them while you can. They have the famous My Slippers that haven't been on sale for over a year, regularly $120, now only $59.98. You can also get the towels for 6 of them for $29.98. They're the highest quality. They're really amazing. Plus, you can get other My Pillow products. They literally have hundreds. I didn't even know this. They have bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, all from an American company that you can love and trust, led by Mike Lindell, who's been fighting for Trump in America. Also, just to remind you guys, we also have their best price ever using my promo code Elijah for all this stuff. You got to use that promo code right there. When you use Elijah at MyPillow.com, you get their standard MyPillow for only $14.88. Their queen size for $18.88 and upgrade to a king for just $1 more. Body pillows are just $29.98, or their multi-use pillows for $9.88. Go to mypillow.com, MyPillow.com, or call 1-800-210-8491, and be sure to use promo code Elijah to save on all the MyPillow products. Limit 10 per customer on the pillows, and you get free shipping on orders over $75. Check it out today. Now, that being said, new revelations expose a shocking incompetence. Secret Service agent fires and misses Trump assassin Ryan Routh 6 times at point-blank range. Jim Hoff reports, I don't know why we're just hearing about this report right now, but in a bombshell revelation, Jesse Waters unveiled damning details about a botched Secret Service response during a second assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. On September 15, 2024, former President Donald Trump survived a second assassination attempt while golfing at the Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach, Florida. The assailant, identified as a 58-year-old Ryan Weasley Routh, a resident of Hawaii with prior convictions, was arrested. As Trump played the course, Secret Service agents conducting a routine sweep noticed a rifle barrel protruding from the trees lying near the sixth hole. In the area of the tree line from which Routh fled, agents found a GoPro, 2 backpacks, a loaded SKS-style 7.62 by 39 caliber rifle with a scope, and a black plastic bag containing food. One of the backpacks contains ceramic tiles police believe have been used as a shield or body armor. According to Jesse Waters, citing Trump Assassination Task Force report, a Secret Service agent confronted would be the assassin Ryan Routh, who was hiding in the bushes. Incredibly, the agent standing just 5 feet away fired not once but 6 times and missed every single shot. 6 shots, all missed. How does a trained agent who passed the firearms test miss a target 5 feet away? Waters asked during his broadcast. Even more troubling, the report reveals that Secret Service was alerted at 2:30 a.m. that Trump would be golfing later that day. Despite this, they failed to secure the course, allowing Routh to camp outside for 12 hours.
2 new revelations from the Trump Assassination Task Force. According to their report, the Secret Service agent who spotted Ryan Routh in the bushes outside Trump's golf course was only 5 feet away when he opened fire and missed him. Not once, not twice, 6 times. He missed him 6 times from 5 feet. How does a trained agent who passed the firearms test miss a target away, 5 feet away? That's not all. The report says the Secret Service found out at 2:30 in the morning that Trump would be golfing later that day, but they didn't secure the course, allowing Routh to camp out for 12 hours before anyone saw him. Meanwhile, Routh appeared in federal court this morning and his legal team signaling they're going to go with the insanity defense. How convenient. Routh's public defender said he has had multiple meetings with a mental health expert while in jail, and the witnesses who saw him before the arrest say he was hallucinating and delusional. Of course. Prosecutors also revealed that Routh has been doing a lot more writing behind bars than initially reported. Routh has written nearly 40 letters to news outlets in an attempt to persuade them that he's an honorable guy, but they were intercepted before they reached their targets. We also know that only 17 of the 18 cell phones found in Routh's possession belong to him. Why does he have 18 cell phones? And wait, he has 17. So who owns the last phone? And why did Routh have it?
All right, so yeah, exactly. How did they miss that many times? I'm not entirely sure, but I'm sure you understand that that's due to incompetence. That being said, just a last minute explanation here. Joe Biden said, I had 2 9-hour operations. They took the top of my head off twice and couldn't find a brain the first time. Check this out from Christina Lila. Here's the amazing time. I think it's down here. Yeah, here you go. This is absolutely insane where Joe Biden has lost his damn mind. I know you're not surprised, but neither am I. Watch.
If I can digress for a moment, I have been the beneficiary of a lot of the research been done. I had 2 cranial aneurysms, 2 9-hour operations, took the top of my head off twice, couldn't find a brain the first time.
Yeah, that's a funny comment when you're talking to like your grandchildren or something and you're like trying to be a joke, but when you're the president and you're known for not thinking, I wouldn't go in that direction. Anyway, welcome, to another chapter of American history, ending with Joe Biden leaving the White House, and we're going into Christmas in a brighter way. Cheers to my fellow eggnog lovers. Make sure that you join the Gateway Pundit Mug Club here. Grab one of these mugs, embossed. It's beautiful. It's weighty. This is a good Christmas present as well for someone who loves the Gateway Pundit. Join the club, get it sent to your door, or maybe for a birthday present. Anyway, don't forget to leave a comment down below. Like this video. Give me your feedback and follow us here on Rumble. Have a great rest of the week. May God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.